Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We'll get started now, considering we're at time as well. So today's topic will be AI-powered QA, the next generation test management for modern engineering teams. Today, it's quite important for QA teams to involve AI in some fashion into their current workflows, with all the expectations of pushing out code faster, but pushing out clean, functional code as well. We'll be covering all the topics on how AI can go ahead and help the whole QA process, along with showing you a demo towards the end of what different AI agents are there currently in our test management product and showing you the benefits of that as well. But yeah, without further ado, we'll get started. Today's speakers will be myself and Ankit Jain. So Ankit, would you want to give a quick introduction about yourself?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining this webinar. My name is Ankit. I am a Senior Director of Product here at BrowserStack, been at the company for the last 2 years. I spearhead some of the new product initiatives, and that's where we are also bringing lots of AI goodness into the workflows and the features and the initiatives that we are building. So would love to show that. I head the test management product, which is something exciting. We are imagining grounds up in a different manner. So we would also be showcasing that. So look forward to a great webinar, great interaction with you, and look forward to lots of questions.
Thanks, Ankit. And I am Ansel D'Souza. I'm a customer engineer here at BrowserStack, and I work predominantly with the US West zone in strategic segment. My main goals and responsibilities are obviously making the customers get the most out of the BrowserStack products. And I'll be covering the demo towards the end, showcasing the features and helping you understand how those features can be implemented into actual processes. But yeah, there are some housekeeping items before we get started. This session will run for approximately 60 minutes. It is recorded. The recording will be shared with all the participants and the attendees that have joined today or registered. All participants will be on mute to make sure that there are no interruptions in place for the speakers. But there is a dedicated section for Q&A. You can get your questions answered by dropping a question into the Q&A section on the Zoom platform. In between as well, me and Rahul will be taking up your questions or answering the via text. If not answered, towards the end, we'll go ahead and cover those as well live. But yeah, I think we can get started. Over to you, Ankit. Ankit, you're on mute.
Thanks, Ansel. So folks, this is one very popular quote from Jeff Bezos. I'm sure most of you would have heard this, read this earlier. This is to set the context of this presentation. Why are we all here? Why are we in our jobs? It's because the customers who want our software, who want to use our software, they want the best quality product out there. They want to extract the good value, the maximum value out of it. And they are eternally dissatisfied. They want more and more better outcomes for them, right? And that's where the entire product team, whether it is the product management team, the engineering team, the design team, the QA team, all come together to deliver a great quality product, right? So customers will keep wanting more, and we'll see how that layers into some of the concepts that we feel will be relevant in testing. Next slide, please. So this is just a way to say that while customers are divinely discontent, the software creators, the companies in the category that serve those customers, are in a constant race to build better products. In one way, one can say that they want to outsmart each other, be the best in the race, and the pace is important, right? So you want to have your eyes on the target, but you want to move fast. And that's true for any company, whichever company you're part of would be having these goals. So these business goals are important, and then those business goals translate to the activities which each team in the organization does, in which the QA team, the quality team is also a part of. So that's going to be an important factor on how do we contribute to this environment where everybody has to be moving really fast. The customers want more and more. The marketplace is really competitive. In that environment, what role does QA play, and how can we as BrowserStack help QA teams be part of this race, help the companies move faster? Next slide. So with that context setting, every company needs testing to enable quality while ensuring that testing is not a bottleneck. When you want to release products very fast in the marketplace, when the marketplace is moving so dynamically and so fast, you don't want your testing organization to become a bottleneck for that. So which means there are different parts of testing, different types of testing which have to come together to be happening very, very quickly so that you are delivering a great quality software. It's not just about functional requirements, and I'm preaching to the choir here. You all know there are functional requirements, there are non-functional requirements, and even more kinds of scenarios that one can test on. So you want to deliver a great quality product, but while you are doing that, you also don't want to raise the bar of quality while compromising on speed. So the cycle time of releasing software continuously goes down while the coverage of test cases across different kind of scenarios keeps going up, right? So that's the name of the game. While the company wants to deliver good products in the marketplace, when it comes, what does it translate to the QA team? It translates to primarily these two parts from our viewpoint, that you do all kinds of testing, you have a great coverage of different kinds of scenarios, but while you are doing it, you are doing it really, really fast so that you are not becoming a bottleneck for the business. You're not becoming a bottleneck for the product release cycle. Next slide. So this is just a view of how testing has evolved over multi-decade history. Most of you folks have been part of this. Maybe some of you have been part of the entire journey, maybe. We have moved from the manual testing processes to automation testing to now in a cloud world, we have moved to CI/CD pipelines coming together, shift left, and now we're in the zone of AI assisted testing, right? So again, this is kind of a bird's eye view to say that the industry has been moving probably every 5 years, 10 years into a new stage as the software development tools have evolved, as the platforms have evolved, as the ways of doing business have evolved, and testing teams have kept pace with that and have reacted to it to evolve themselves. So as we now move to the right-hand side of this picture, which is beyond the dotted line from the cloud era to the AI era, the speed of execution keeps going fast. More tools are available to us, and you will just see more and more automation happening. Of course, that doesn't mean that manual testing is going away. Manual testing is not going away anytime. There are so many scenarios in which only manual testing can take care of the needs of the quality assessment. But this is just to show that industry has been transitioning, quality teams have been transitioning, and along with that, the tools that those teams are also transitioning, right? So in an AI era, what does it mean for all of us as part of the quality community, and especially for BrowserStack like companies who are building these tools as this evolution happens, is what informs our product strategy. Next slide. Okay, so the previous slide said that we have been transitioning and now we are moving into the AI era. Now, here are a few thoughts which BrowserStack holds about AI and how it is going to impact building of software, and also about how do we test out that software. So on the left-hand side, when you see sort of this Venn diagram, the message that I want to convey is AI as a concept is known by all of us now, but let's say you roll back 10 years ago, the moniker of machine learning is what everybody knew, and we had certain notions about what machine learning can do or not do. And slowly that field evolved, and we came to deep learning. Probably it took 5 years, 10 years from what we would have heard about machine learning, good products using machine learning, the likes of Google and Facebook using early parts of machine learning, to deep learning, right? Let's say it's a 10-year journey. Then from deep learning, we move to generative AI, right? That leap of generative AI when ChatGPT 3.5 hit the scenes around 2022 is when we all probably in the popular culture started knowing more about the generative AI. So that's maybe a journey of 5 years, maybe. From generative AI to then agentic AI, that journey is probably 1.5 years. And as you move forward from agentic AI to newer concepts, things are changing in quarters, in months, probably even weeks, right? There is so much information out there, so much noise which is out there, so much development which is happening, that just says that the pace of development of AI as a technology, from its early beginnings as machine learning to deep learning to generative AI to agentic AI and more things that will come in future, is just happening very, very fast. So any one of us who is a part of this industry where we feel AI will impact in one way or the other what we do, how we run our businesses, how we run our teams, how we do our work, It's certainly a challenge that while so much is happening, what do you focus on? Because if you take even one stab at the technology at some point in time, the technology is changing too fast that by the time you productize it, implement it, and make it useful for you, the world has shifted and now you have a better technology. So should you wait for the newer technology to come, or you want to invest right now is a big question, right? So much is changing. What to choose, what is the right thing for me is a big question mark for all of us who are participating in this journey. But while having said this, there are some other tenets also that we believe in, which are supportive of this view, but add on top of it. So first thing is that AI disruption is real. I don't think there will be now a naysayer saying that, hey, AI is just a toy technology and it can't do real stuff. It can do a lot of good stuff. It can solve real problems. Yes, it can't solve 100% of the problems. It can't solve all the problems, but there is a good segment of problem that it can do really well. I think we all have moved away from 2.5 years ago, a viewpoint that, hey, this is something new on the horizon, but is it really useful? I think we have all moved on from that worldview. So how do we use it becomes important, right? So which is where the other part comes in, that while AI is evolving this fast, the transformation for enterprises, large companies, and teams which have been running software development life cycles for a long time, the transformation is not going to happen over time. And AI as a technology is also evolving. So this is not a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year journey out there. It's like cloud or like mobile. It's a at least a 10-year journey, maybe a more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years journey, and we are in the early stages of it. Many of the best practices have not yet been established. Many of the protocols have not been established. People are trying different things. There'll be platform wars, there'll be software wars happening between the organizations who are building these technologies. So we are very in the early stage. So this is I think the beautiful paradox of it. AI tech as a technology is evolving very fast. We all know that it is useful, but also it's not like you can tomorrow start using it without critical evaluation, and that it's not you have to make a decision tomorrow. This is going to be a marathon. So wherever you start investing in, you have to think from a longer term. It's not going to be a point in time investment. It's not going to be a short term investment, right? The third thing is when it comes to investment, right? Moving away from technology to actual business outcomes, not the shiny technology, but the actual value that you can create out of it. Uh, at some point, we all would have evaluated that, hey, is this technology really intelligent in quotes as it is claimed to be? But now we have moved on to the fact that yes, it can do lots of good stuff, but at what cost, at what speed? Is it useful for my customers to be of real value in terms of ROI, in terms of performance, etc.? So it's all about now productionizing those AI models, AI workflows, AI product areas. You can say maybe industrialization of it. The technology is now here, but how do you really put it into products and make it useful for business in a repeatable, consistent manner is now the name of the game, right? So that's where most of the investments from product teams are going. The model layer companies are building models which keep getting better. But then on top of that, how do you use it in your businesses or in the use cases that you finally serve for your customers is the key question, with the right performance at the right cost. Right. So those are some of the tenets which are very important. I'll not cover everything on the slide. Maybe you've read it already, but I'll focus on the last point, that one elephant in the room, which happens when we all think about it, is that, okay, all of this is great, but how does it impact me personally from a profession, right? Is it going to take away my job? Is a quality engineer or an SDET or a person involved in the quality team going to be redundant in some time? Our belief is, and of course, it is a question that we'll all see answered in coming years. But our belief is that the way the industry is progressing, AI technology means more software will be created because everybody will be empowered to create software. You know about the code generation tools, and so much code is now being generated, right? We already have so much of code, but probably it'll explode even more, right? It'll be an explosion of code and the tools which will get built because makes everybody a coder. It makes coding more democratic, right? But if you build so much of code, you all know that not everybody is a great coder. When you take tools from being a personal project or a toy problem or a POC, to actual working product in the hands of a customer, which is a reliable software product, that means that the quality assessment of that volume of software also has to go up, which means that the testing needs will definitely go up a lot more. But because that volume of testing is also going up simultaneously, we can't be throwing resources at those problems. We need to also bring in AI on the other side to help you in testing. So we believe that more software will be created, which means more testing will be required, which means all of us who are involved in testing will require AI tools to make the testing happen. So probably there'll be more work for everyone, but the ways of working and the tools that you use will change, right? I would love to take more questions about this in the Q&A, but this is basically our worldview from where we are operating. And when we showcase rest of the stuff in this presentation, uh, would be just helpful to bear in mind that how we think about what to build, how we think about partnering with our customers, how we feel that this is a longer journey and we don't want to make any marketing message or gimmicky message to say that everything is done, solved right now. We want to be very honest to the problem, bring you the real valuable products, and have a long-term partnership while taking away your concerns about there is so much of noise. What should I choose? Is it the right time to invest? Is it going to take away my job? We want to address all of those questions as well, right? So that's the worldview from which we operate. Next slide. Okay, so all of this is great from a larger industry perspective. Just to recall, we said companies want to move fast. Customers, actually, the first slide was your user, the customers are always demanding more, which means companies have to move fast, which means quality teams have to move fast. Over multiple decades, this is how quality teams have evolved. Their tools have evolved. Now we are in the AI era. AI era has its own nuances, its own challenges, its own ways of manifestation. How does it impact testing? So that's the context setting at an industry at a macro level. Now, coming to what it means for you as a team and what we want finally to deliver at a business outcome, we believe that using AI, your testing productivity, your workflows, the work that you do, overall should at least see a 50% increase if you start using AI products. And I'll come to why we choose 50%. But again, to layer it in our thinking of a more systems-based thinking, uh, testing has moved from manual testing to automated testing, and now we are definitely going into AI-assisted testing. And the two key parameters which keep changing as this journey happens. One is that black line that you're seeing, which is the test coverage. As you get more automation, more help from automation, you can increase your coverage multiple folds, cover lots of different scenarios of quality that you can test without having to necessarily put more people for it. So you have a better quality coverage. And simultaneously, your cycle time keeps going down, which means you are able to do more testing, but in lesser amount of time, right? So both of these, when they combine together, it creates even better outcome on productivity. That's the blue line that you see. Productivity keeps going up. And in the AI era, as I stated in the previous slide, we are all early in the journey. We have entered the era, but we are all early in the journey. There are a lot of things to be figured out, best ways to work with AI to be figured out. But we believe that with AI coming in and both those cycle time and the test coverage going up and cycle time coming down, productivity will see a major boost, right? So that's our belief why 50% productivity can come. Next slide. Okay. So how all of this comes together now finally at what BrowserStack is doing, we are reaching that point of the narrative. So our first part of the vision is to assist you in the entire testing workflow that you do, whether it's the test creation part of the planning part of it, the creation part of it, the execution part of it, the validation part of it. And in each of those steps, depending upon your organization, your use cases, you will have multiple sub steps to do. So actions that you take, right? In product management world, we call it jobs to be done, right? So those are the things that you would be doing. We believe that if you want to get 50% productivity overall in your testing team, you cannot ignore all of these sub steps. You will need AI to provide value in each one of them. If you pick and choose any, let's say one of them, which may be, let's say, easy to solve, and you can build in-house solutions also around it, or play around with it, you may get some productivity increase. It will be a good probably demo also to see around and play around with. But to really get the value, it's not about one single item here. all those jobs to be done, all those activities need the AI goodness sprinkled over them. Hence, we believe that AI agents should cover most of these workflows, use cases, most of these workflow steps, right? So that's one thing that we have a vision for, that to gain 50% productivity, it's not about choosing only one part of your activity. Your entire set of activity should benefit from it, and you should have AI agents at every step of it. Yes, they should be relevant agents, but you need that goodness coming together to give you overall productivity boost. So that's first part of the vision. Next slide. And the second part of the vision is that for AI to really deliver value, the better the context it gets, better the outcome, right? Better the input, better the output. So if you have a unified data where you are getting information from your entire software development lifecycle and different kind of testing that you're doing, and different data sources will get generated because of that. If it is all in one place, AI has far better context to deliver the value. When we are building our products, we believe that because this is a journey, we don't expect everyone to have a unified data at the get-go. So each individual agent or each individual product, if it has an agent, should be able to deliver good value. But we also feel that if you're using a platform which combines all of this together, you get a much superior experience, right? So this is our vision too, which basically alludes to if you're using BrowserStack products all coming together, each AI agent, so in let's say agent in a product one can benefit from what you're doing in product two, right? So that's the vision we are working on. But in today's presentation, I'll not focus on this. I think this is obvious, but I'll in some other session we can cover what this actually means on the ground. My focus will be to take us on the journey of what Vision One translates. Can you go back to the previous slide, Ansel? What this means for all these use cases, all these sub steps in each of the testing workflow. This is what we'll aim to share further with you. Let's go to the slide after that. So we have around 30 plus agents already in development across all of these different areas. We have our core products, which have been developed over last decade or so. You know BrowserStack probably for those products. We have had new products being developed in the last 2-3 years. Test management, which I lead, is one of such products which we seeded around 2.5 years ago, and it has been growing rapidly. So these agents are spread across all these different products. They are embedded inside those products. But overall, we are working on this gamut of things. And that's the investment BrowserStack is doing across that entire testing workflow to make sure that if you are using our products, you gain that overall productivity boost. Next slide. Thanks, Ansel. So folks, now we'll take you on the journey of what is cooking inside the oven for BrowserStack, especially in test management. We are, this is I'm leading this product, so I'll just give 30 seconds of my view on this. This is a very old software product category, probably 20 years old, and we have many tools that you gave votes on in the poll that was raised. So when we create a new test management product, it's also incumbent on us and a challenge for us that how do we create a product when so many other products are out there? How is it better? So we are reimagining that with AI grounds up, and which is what I want to share today as a focus area. While we have many other good things happening in the test management product across different ways in which test management should operate, today's focus will be primarily on AI because due to the limitation of time. So I want to introduce Rahul to you, who is on this call. Rahul is on my team. Rahul and his team are spearheading this aspect of bringing AI into test management and reimagining test management grounds up. This team is very actively working on multiple agents, as I showed you earlier, and we are making deep investments into it. So Rahul will walk us through what we are doing, and then I'll have a few more closing thoughts after that. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Ankit. Thank you very much for introducing me. Hi, everyone. I'm Rahul Chova. I'm the group product manager, and I work along with Ankit in test management product, and I lead the AI vertical. I've seen 32% of you guys are actually using Jira-based test management tool. That also becomes one of our important portfolio. And what we are presenting you today is not just working on the web app of the test management, but also as a part of the Jira app. It'll be great if you guys get a chance to go through both the free versions of it and share your feedback. Ansel, after this slides, will go through a demo of the web app product, but the similar flows also exist on the Jira app. Yeah, firstly, we'll be wanting to tell you about the test phase generator agent. This is one of the most adopted agent across BrowserStack, and we are really proud of working on the second version of it. The current version that we would be demoing is what currently is live on. Okay, here in this particular case, we have primarily tried to solve the very laborious case of test case authoring or the test case generation process, where a lot of QAs sit down to actually plan their test cases, author their test cases, try investing a lot of time and improve their coverage and accuracy. By taking these three dimensions of time, accuracy, and coverage, trying to reduce the amount of time that a QA invests in it, try to increase the coverage of the test cases, and trying to increase the accuracy of the test cases, we have built this entire test case generator agent. The current version, if you see, the principles work on taking the entire input context from the client and using the magic of the AI goodness that we have trained our model with all the best practices in the industries and various scenarios. We take the input context, give to that our AI model, and we come up with the full end-to-end test cases. With all the steps that are there and all the conditions and the comprehensive end-to-end test cases of this. Next slide, please. The current version of it take cares of your doc files and PDFs and Excels. But what we are also going to sure as we talk, we are going to launch is also various other input formats of the files like images, CSV files, and other TXT files also. What do you see right now, which is live, is it takes the context of the PRDs and other input formats, but we are also going to launch soon on introducing the input context from Confluence, Jira as a full context, and other tools that you use, be it Azure DevOps or even Asana. The more the context that you guys provide into their entire test case generator, the more richer this entire test case that would be generated as an output can be. We are also not just working on the input context, but we are also working on the output context of it. We are not just providing test case as a format on the test case folder, but also we are working on the BDD output and the Gherkin format for that particular case. We also do support on various languages that are there in primarily in the European market. We are already having few clients using in Portuguese and Spanish kind of things, and we are ready to support various different kinds of languages. Next slide, please.
Can you go to the slide? Sorry, Rahul, I'll just make one more point here, folks. The reason, okay, stepping back, we showed you that we are working on 30 plus agents. This is just one agent, right? But one point I want to make is, and I'm sharing my learning, right? When we started on this journey, as Rahul is saying, we are in the version 2 of this product. So we started the version 1, which was only taking a PDF of a PRD and a manual prompt to generate test cases. Then we took it to the market. We learned a lot from the feedback. And now we have this picture of what can be on the input side, what can be on the output side. And we have covered some of the input side and some of the output side, and we are working towards more. But as we go deeper, we learn about even more deeper use cases that, hey, this is what we want to tweak in the test case generation. I want to see the test cases that have been generated and then interact with them, right? So the point I want to make is that making even one single agent becomes a whole product in itself, and especially an agent like test case generation, it can be a very, very deep problem in itself, right? So when we are looking at this, each agent that we make will have similar approaches to cover the breadth of use cases, go very deep, solve it very well for you. Another point which is very important, and that you will see in the demo, and hopefully if you go and try our product, you should be able to see. By the way, this test case generation is completely free to try out in our free product. I would ask you to throw the hardest problems at it and see how it performs and give us the feedback. We want to be true to our commitment and get that feedback. But I'll just finish with this point, that the goodness of this agent is not just about the underlying AI, which can take some context and generate some output. It is also about the different kinds of variety of context that can come in. So that is an obvious thing, different kinds of modifications and output which can come that would really suit your business and style of testing. But also very important thing is the deep workflow integration within the test management tool. So when you see the demo and if you go and play it out, you will see that how it works inside the product, how the test cases are generated, how you actually can validate whether the AI has generated the right stuff, and then you pick and choose what to add to your repository. And then once you have added it, the kind of tagging which exists inside the product and the filters, etc., that you can do on top of it for any future auditing purposes, that's the whole gamut of things which comes together to create a product out of the technology, right? So we are belaboring this point because this is our first agent, first baby, but it is growing mature, and it has a lot many more use cases. When we speak about the other agents, they are in their first stage. And if we speak, 6 months down the road and you see this, you would see similar kind of stuff for the other agents as well. So that's the point I want to make. This is our first agent, and there are deep problems in each of those agents, and we are committed to invest in it, learn about it, and then invest in it. Go ahead, Rob.
Thanks, Ankit. Okay, while I was talking about the three parameters that we worked on, we wanted to decrease the amount of time that we were taking to create it. And you can see that today we actually take about less than a minute, and the North Star is to do it in few seconds. In general, QAs today without AI cover an average of 65%. Currently, our coverage percentage is about 92. As we speak, we are somewhere about 94% as well. Our North Star is somewhere about 98 to 99% of it. When it comes to the accuracy, we are today standing on 91 to 93, 94% of it. Our North Star is somewhere about 97 to 99%. The idea is to reduce the amount of time, laborious time, and you can further shift the time to doing more and more test cases. Next slide, please. Okay, we'll also be talking about two other agents. You'll see a demo of a low-code authoring agent. We'll do a very brief on the test selection agent that we are working on. Primarily when an enterprise and organization does a lot number of test cases to be done, and the given in the ambit of time when they have to choose what are the best scenarios or the agents test cases that they need to select, so that they can cover the best of the scenarios in a very little time frame. Test selection agent helps you to choose those test cases and get the best output of it. The third agent that we are working on is a low-code automation agent, which you will see the demo today by Ansel, which basically uses all the test cases that we have generated, turns out to a low-code automated test, and simply run this script once it is ready. Next slide, speed. As we talked about, it is the PRDs and the test plans and the test cases, the unified data that enhances the context and boosts the AI intelligence. Our engineering team basically is totally working on coming up with the entire superior performances, trying to enhance the harness the AI cutting edge models that we are working on. And one of the things that we have to really concentrate on is that we are building a privacy first AI that adapts to your unique workflow and gives you the full control of your data. Few of the important factors that we are to really cover. Next slide, please, Anson. Yeah, these are the three pillars that you have to really keep in mind that one, your data is private and secure. Your data is not used to train any of our models or any of our third-party models that we are using. No data crossover is done between different customers. Your data is used only to get a context for your test cases. No PII data or account-related data is shared to third-party AI tools. Your data is also in full control of, you are in full control of your data. Customers have a full control to use their data and can choose that they want to use on all these AI features. You can opt in and opt out of the AI features currently that are live at any point of time. Sorry, Ankit, you were saying something.
Sorry to interject. I was just going to say this, folks, that uh, going back to some of the earlier slides in today's presentation, AI is a technology we all know we are going to use. Probably some of you, love using it. But it's also true that in enterprises, there is a hesitation to introduce AI because of various and obvious privacy concerns that you may be facing, right? So our attempt to again showcase this, and we have full-fledged TNCs that you can go through. If you're interested, then we'll be able to share even more about what we are doing here. But we want to make sure that when you want to use these agents, you have a complete peace of mind to use this technology coming from BrowserStack. You don't have to even consider once that what happens to my data. Is it safe for me or not? Will my organization approve of it or not? We'll take care of that. But I want to again say that it's all good to talk about AI and what it can do for you. But till we cross this hurdle, it's very difficult to adopt it in the organization. So we're very committed to make this happen in the best manner possible for you.
Cool. The third and last and important thing that we have to keep in mind is about the importance that we give for the transparency and accountability. Every feature and every aspect is totally covered in our documents. BrowserStack AI is powered by a third-party AI tools and as well as our own proprietary models. The list is completely shared in our terms and conditions documents. So please feel free to go through that so that there is a complete trust and accountability built. Ansel, you can go ahead with the demo.
Apologies, I was on mute. So now, guys, we'll take a look at how this actual flow would go ahead and function. I think we've gone ahead and seen what or understood what benefits the agents do provide. But I'll just play a short video demonstration of exactly what that does entail. So essentially, with BrowserStack's test management tool, we look at the first two agents. So suggesting test cases based on a PRD. Essentially, what you can go ahead and do is just click on generate using AI. Now, if I take a pause here, in this section is essentially where you would go ahead and give the context. The context either in a format of a prompt you've written out, the context either in the format of uploading a PDF document, which is your PRD, which contains all the actual content related to the actual feature release that's going to happen. Or else, now we've also gone ahead and launched the integration with Jira, where you can directly link a Jira story and take context from there as well. So if today you go onto the platform, you'll be able to essentially go ahead and even link your Jira stories or epics that you might want to go ahead and add. So once you click here, you can just click on upload. It'll take the PDF format for now. We are currently using the Apple requirement document. And as you can see from here, it's pretty comprehensive. It contains the whole checkout flow that's there for the Apple website end to end. What will happen now is we'll go ahead, process this complete document you see. One thing we do go ahead and provide is all the different scenarios that you should go ahead and have test cases for based on the PRD document. Along with that, the various different test cases that are there that you should have over here, as well as the priority of those test cases as well. Now, along with generating all of these test cases, you also go ahead and get various different steps within the test case that you can go ahead and add. This is created 61 test cases. You have about 91%, 97% accuracy, sorry, and all of this in less than a minute. Now, here you can see that although AI has generated all of this content here, right? In a sense, from the test case, you can see that it's given the description, preconditions, as well as adding the various steps that you should perform as part of your test case. At the same time, we understand that if you want to make any edits, you should be free to do that. And hence, at this point of time, before actually even adding the test case, we provide you with an editing view that you can go ahead and update certain parameters if you require to do so. So here it's just updating the description, the priority of the test case, and so on. But once you've essentially gone ahead and gone through the test cases, you can add them, and this is what you'll see. The whole test case present, all the different steps and so on. The next part is automating your test cases. So one of the pain points also is that while I can write all my test cases, it is difficult to go ahead and make sure I automate all of that end to end. So we also provided an agent to make the automation of your test cases much more easier. All you need to do is once the test case is generated with all the steps and values that are there, just go ahead and click on automate using BrowserStack AI. What that will go ahead and do is essentially use the website and take all the different parameters that are there within the test case and create an end-to-end automation flow that you can go ahead and replay later on, maybe as part of your regression that you might have. In this example right now, we've taken this test case, which essentially adds the AirPods and an iPhone to the cart with certain customizations of having Apple Care and no trade-in and so on, and then verifies the contents of the cart as well. So essentially, the output of the test case comes out to be like this. So once you've automated it, you can see it's navigated to the AirPods or to the Apple web page, sorry, on the AirPods section, gone ahead and essentially selected the AirPods 4, personalized them, gone ahead and also essentially added it to the cart after doing certain customizations that were prescribed as part of the test case steps. Here it's added it, and now it will navigate towards the iPhone section where essentially the iPhone will also be added to the cart. So we'll just wait for that to play out. So here in iPhone 15, if I recollect correctly, it was the color black as well that was selected or was prescribed in the test case. So now you can see that's also gone ahead and is done. Selecting the storage version of the iPad based on the test case as well. No trade-in as we essentially pointed out in the test case. And then going ahead and essentially adding Apple Care and then adding that same device to the cart and doing a verification whether the iPhone is added or not. So using these agents, you can essentially go ahead and perform your end-to-end test flows from be it planning or generating all the way towards automating your test cases as well on the BrowserStack test management platform. It just makes the process of less strenuous. I know going through PRD is something which every QA has a pain point of, and making sure you have ample coverage based on the content you've provided in your PRD documents, and then helping you automate those test cases so that you don't have to perform those manual runs every time. But yeah, that was a quick run of the demo. We'll just move on to the next part as well. 1 second. So in that way, essentially, these are available for everyone to go ahead and utilize on the BrowserStack test management platform. There's a freemium version as well, which you can go ahead and try out these features on. And as Ankit rightly mentioned, go ahead, upload your PRDs, try out the features, and let us know the feedback you have as well. Cool. Now that we've walked through the whole demo, we'll just take a pause for Q&A. I can see quite a few questions that are there, the Q&A. Ankit and Rahul, if you'll be kind enough to answer them as well. I'll just read out some of the questions that are quite interesting and we can take it from there. So yeah, I think the first question is, could you please provide insights on how the latest updates that you did showcase will enhance our testing process? Maybe if one of you all could just help Vijay understand that, that would be great.
So Vijay, I'll take that question. Vijay, we didn't showcase all the agents because of paucity of time. But what we aim is that going back to the original hypothesis, right? You should be able to have better quality outcomes via coverage and speed of making things happen, both happening in combination, right? So whether it is test case generation, where you can generate test cases across gamut of scenarios and ensure that you have a wide coverage versus what typically you may get, let's say, from a person writing those test cases, and especially, let's say, junior people in your team, right? So you'll have that wide coverage and you'll be able to do it probably just in 1 minute, right? And you can get deep context from the different systems where all of this information sits on user stories and what the business really needs, business requirements, etc. Right? So that's one way. We have agents that we didn't show today, which are part of our automation products, right? Where you can have self-healing agents and agents which detect flaky tests, etc., and make sure that you are covering those and making them better, right? So the belief across all those agents again is that you are able to do those testing steps that you have always wanted to do do them consistently, do them deeper, do them wider, and do them in much faster time than you would have done otherwise, right? So that hopefully answers the question that how we believe that it will be better for you as a team, as an individual when you start using those agents.
I think the next question that's come up is how is the AI you've developed different from something like ChatGPT? Ankit, do you want to take that up as well?
Yeah, I'll take that. So, folks, some of the information I'll not divulge because that's proprietary, consider it as secret sauce that we have. But yes, we use behind the scenes third-party LLMs. And then on top of that, based on our more than a decade of experience in the testing industry, building software for this industry, and the use cases that we know, we have built on top of that our custom engineering to make sure that the outcomes that you are getting are superior, and we share those benchmarks also with you. So when we presented the slide on the three metrics, that's our way to also bring transparency on how we are actually doing. So we have a comprehensive test bed against which we test all of these agents. One example that we shared was for the test case generator agent, and make sure that we strive for the best outcomes. One more plugin I'll do here is you all are from engineering background and you know this, that the last 10-15% of the product, the quality of the product is the hardest, it takes the longest time. So while on the plain vanilla chat GPT or plain vanilla LLM that you can use, even for a use case like test case generation, which I think most of you would have tried using the base models, you get a certain level of coverage and accuracy. But because they are not built for testing industry, they are not custom built for it. The improvement that we have got, which push us beyond the 90% mark, and our North Star, which is further closer to a 98, 99, 100%, that's the investment that we do to make sure you're getting those 90% plus outcomes. And it will require even harder engineering for us to move from that early stages of 91, 92, 93% to 99, 100%, right? And again, as I said, we don't want this to be any marketing gimmick or just slapping AI on top of something and doing it as a sales pitch. Please go ahead and push your hardest PRDs, difficult PRDs, and see what outcomes it generates to really see whether what we are saying in terms of coverage, accuracy, and also the speed of execution as well, you are able to see that happening in the product. We would really love that. That's for me as a owner of this product and all the love and investment that we are doing there. That is very, very important for us to get that feedback.
I think the next question was on accuracy of the results. Rahul, probably since we showcased that, would you want to help us understand like how coverage and accuracy were measured? I think someone has a question on that.
So this was done over a lot of input and output test cases that we have used for measuring these metrics. This was not done on one or two cases. Yeah.
Got it. And I think one more question is on, sorry, I missed that question. So is there any fine tuning that is done by the agents or BrowserStack does to go ahead with help with the test case generation process?
I'll take that, folks. Yes, we do it, but as I said, some of this I'll not be able to divulge because of proprietary technology reasons. But yes, we do that. But while we do that, I'll again reiterate that none of your data will be used for future training. In fact, we have got requests from some of our existing customers and prospects that speak to us that why can't you use data to train on my context and give me the right outcomes? We are open to that. But at this point, we have taken a policy that right now we are not going to do it because it creates confusion. Some people may want it, maybe majority of people don't want it. So we have taken a blanket approach that we wouldn't do it. So all the fine tuning has been done on our assessment of horizontal use cases, taking some of, in fact, BrowserStack use cases, internal use cases also to make it happen. But we don't want to use any of your data for training. So your data will not be used for any fine tuning or future training. And there is no leakage of data which will happen from, let's say, one customer to the other customer. That's our promise.
Got it. I think one cool question also there, Ankit. So for the test cases, AI generation, can I hook it up with TestRail to export the test cases over instead of using test management with BrowserStack?
Can you repeat that question again?
So I think the user asking whether they can just use the AI with test rails to generate test cases or use the AI agent, or do they need to input it over to BrowserStack?
Sure. So, first, this is one question that I would say, why would you want to use test rail? Please use test management. But okay, coming back to the question, we have another product called Testing Toolkit. It has gone also GA into the market. It has the test case generator agent packaged as a Chrome utility. You can go ahead and try that. There's a freemium version also there, I believe, and then there's a paid version. It allows you to generate test cases. You should be able to extract test cases and then insert it into test trail if you want. But again, I'll say as a pitch for my product, and of course what I believe in strongly is that it's not just about the AI model or AI agent or the fine tuning on top of it to generate the test cases. It's also about the deeply integrated workflow. So please, if you even try it, please do a comparison of what difference it creates when the agent is deeply embedded into the product that we have versus you use a plain vanilla Chrome extension for that and then insert the test cases. Of course, you can do it, and we do have a product for that. But I would say please use our test case management. It will give you much more flexibility and ease of use. And last point on that, your regular use of these agents, like any other tool, I'm not saying anything new. Your regular use of these agents is highly dependent upon two things. One is that trust that yes, this agent is creating the right outcome that I want. So initially there'll be a learning curve, or let's say trust curve, that you will invest in to get that yes, this is working as I expected. But then once you're done with that, you would want that this agent should probably disappear into the background. You may never have to think about it. And the workflow is super smooth, right? So you don't want a very cumbersome process to make things happen. And that's where also a lot of investment is required to make sure that you have a smooth workflow. So yes, please go ahead and try that testing toolkit, but do a comparison of the workflow as well.
Cool. I think we're at time as well, Ankit. So any questions that maybe weren't answered, we'll be sure to address them as part of the follow-ups that are sent across. So yeah, for anyone who didn't get the answer to the questions, we'll make sure to send you an answer as soon as possible. Cool. I think that's all from us today, folks. Thanks for taking the time and thanks for joining. Hope it was quite insightful and hope you found the content useful and insightful as well. If you require to go ahead and try any of our products, you can reach out to us via the website as well. And the folks at our side will be happy to connect and show you how you can utilize the products in your day-to-day testing journey. But yeah, thanks everyone for your time.